On this edition of Sports Central Saturday, this is one of the wildest things you'll ever see. A water ski race from Long Beach to Catalina Island. Really beautiful, isn't it? Coming up, the fastest man and woman on water skis will join us live in studio. And these two women will be fighting for...
They just want to lend you the money you need to get out of the jam you're in.
Now, how about this? What's your definition of fun? I mean, real fun. How about water skiing from Long Beach to Catalina and back? That's 62 miles, and for some people, it's a great way to spend an hour.
It's going to be a 5-time winner and your world champion. Unbelievable. Here he comes. It's pedal to the metal, ladies and gentlemen. Todd Haig, the 191.
It's incredible, isn't it? For the 5th time in the last 6 years, Todd Haig is the men's winner and your speed water skiing world champion. The women's winner is also repeat champion. 23-year-old Kim Lumley wins her 3rd championship and 2nd in a row. If you ask me, your winner just finishing this kind of race because it's absolutely incredible. Now, Kim is over here, of course, next to me.
Huh?
Todd's over there.
I got Todd over here.
You talk to Todd in just a couple of minutes. But let's talk to Kim first. Thank you so much for being, because you just finished the race a little while ago and came right here, so you got to be just a little exhausted, right?
No, I think we're still on the high, so it's okay at the moment. Catch us in a couple more hours, maybe we'll be dozing.
Oh, yeah, you'll be partying in a couple more hours,
yeah,
that's for sure.
I think so too.
A lot of people would say, why? Why do this all the way over to Catalina and back on skis?
Well, it's the only race in the world that you actually race, well, that I do, that we race from the beach all the way to Catalina and back to the Queen Mary. So normally the races we do are circuit races, and it's really different, and we've been coming for 4 years now. So.
What's the toughest part of this race for you?
For me, probably the start, getting out of the breakwater, because there's normally like 100 boats trying to get through a really small gap. Yeah, it's not much fun. It's like a spa. It's like a jacuzzi in there.
Yeah, like a spa, a jacuzzi. Yeah, that's a big jacuzzi and a big spa that you're in right there, right?
You can't find anything but white water out there. So.
What's the danger? Is there a great deal of danger there, or is this a relatively safe thing to do?
A couple of years ago, I fell just outside the breakwater, and I think we'd managed to catch up some of the guys. We were going a bit too fast, that's why I fell. And we were about 5th out, and so I had to wait for kind of 90 boats to go past while my boat slowly came back to me. And I was just in there with my ski up in the air, trying to make sure everyone saw me, because, they're in boats that are 40 foot long, so they're quite high up. And it is dangerous.
Now, you've won this thing twice. Do you think that you probably intimidate the other ladies who get in this competition against you?
This was the 3rd time we won, so it's, I don't think we just had the World Championships in England a couple of weeks ago, and we won that, and we also had a really big race in Belgium called the Diamond Race, and we won that, so we're kind of on a roll. We were hoping to win this, but, it's never done until you pass the checkered flag, so. When you
get through, your legs have got to be wobbly because you're in a squatting position most of the time, right?
Yeah, mine was so wobbly as my hips were aching and my calves were pretty pumped.
Hips were aching and calves were pumped.
Yeah.
Steve, you can talk to Todd over there, because I'm
pretty relaxed. Actually,
I'm perfectly happy over here.
Well, now of course Kim's a 3-time champion, but Todd's a 5-time champion. The one thing is controlling the speed. Now, Kim talked a little bit about sometimes. Do you have much control of the speed? Can you yell and say either slow down or speed up? How does that work, Todd?
Yeah, you're not yelling at anybody, but what you do is you give hand signals with your hands. You can take your hand off the rope and give it down. And my observer, Dennis Hall, who's watching me over me, and my driver Randy Davis, they relay the message to him and slow him down. And now you come off a few miles an hour, get through the rough waters, and get back into it again. You got a pace to keep, and you want to get to the finish line.
A whole hour. I mean, the back, everything's got to be aching after a while. I mean, you can't really change your body posture much during that time, can you?
No, you kind of move around in the rough water. You can, you squat over and stand up and kind of move around quite a bit. So you got to train and prepare for that. There's quite a bit of training involved. So, it's a good time out there. It's a good family sport. Anybody can get involved. You go out and buy a boat, take your kid out, and haul them over to Catalina and back.
I still have to figure out just to stand up. That's the hardest part for me on water skis.
Anyone except me.
Arms bent, knees straight. No problem.
No.
I eat a lot of water usually.
No, I can get in the water and hear dun 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 dun.
You should come and do it next year.
Yeah, you know what? That's a great idea.
No,
let's get Jim out there.
No. We'll send Manny in the boat. I'm not going.
I'll drive the boat. How's that?
I'm really not going now. Kim, Todd, thank you so much and congratulations. All right, my friends, still to come on this edition of Sports Central Saturday.